Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, make sure to subscribe because the business pay themselves helps us out. For today's video, we've definitely got a much more lighthearted video than yesterday. Yesterday's video was definitely a little more aggressive than I normally am on the internet. But for today's video, we are actually going to be just doing something very, very different to my channel. I know, 5 years in the game and we're still revolutionizing things on my own little platform. But yes, something new. And this has been something that has been a love of mine for as long as I can remember. I mean, I remember being 10 years old, going to Macy's and just smelling all the fragrances in both the women and men's department and just really falling in love with the idea of a scent. And I feel like it was a given for me to eventually at some point start doing fragrance reviews on my channel. And I was very hesitant in the beginning to do fragrance reviews because when I first started out on YouTube, I didn't see many channels that, you know, dedicated their entire platform to fragrances. And now, you know, as the industry has progressed and as more and more people have started to do YouTube, there is a plethora of people on this platform that do fragrance reviews that I personally watch as well. There's people that just know and are incredibly knowledgeable on fragrances, on the notes that are used to create the scents, on the longevity, on the wear time. They are incredibly knowledgeable people, and I'm definitely going to be leaving some links down below to your fragrance YouTubers that I personally enjoy watching, that I think you would enjoy watching if you love fragrances as much as I do. How many times have I said the word fragrance so far? I don't know, but it definitely is many. But anyways, today we're doing a fragrance review on a fragrance from I guess you could say a small business fragrance house. So today we are going to be reviewing the Ellis Brooklyn Sweet fragrance. This is a eau de parfum, which means that it does not have as much alcohol as an eau de toilette, and we're gonna get into that as well. I'm definitely gonna be educating you guys on fragrances if we're not aware of them, but I definitely want to do my review on the Sweet, and I want to let you guys know what I feel about it, what I think about it, the wear time, the smell, what I recommend it to people, who would I recommend it to. So you're gonna know everything about a fragrance today. So if you want to know that, then keep on watching. I want to start off by saying that the bottle is just beautiful. This is the small one. This is the travel size bottle, and personally, as I've gotten older, I've realized that for me it's much better to invest in the small little travel bottles than the big bottles, because I love having a ton of fragrances at once. Like one time when I was like 13 or 14, I had like 20 bottles of fragrances. They weren't the good kind, they were like cheap fragrances, but I had like 20 bottles of them, and they were like the big ones, and I never ended up using them, and they just ended up expiring. So now as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's much better to invest in the smaller fragrances and have a ton of them and, you know, use them up and actually finish them, than having the big bottles just all over my bedroom and not being able to ever finish them. So I prefer this personally. If I really fall in love with a fragrance, like if I am married to a scent, I will go out of my way to purchase the big one. But if I just want like a nice scent to wear during the day, I usually buy the small one. The small one retails for $30, and if you purchase it on Credo Beauty, it is actually refillable, which is incredible. So it's not refillable for the big one. The big one is $105. This one is $30, like I said. And if you purchase it on Credo Beauty, you just send them the bottle, they send it back to you fully filled, which is an incredible gesture of them. I unfortunately bought mine at Sephora, but had I known before, I would have purchased it at Credo. Anyways, I'm like putting it here and there. Let's talk about the notes in this fragrance. So it has notes of juicy pear, cozy ambrette, playful marshmallow, and a dash of luxe orris. And it also, the bottle, apparently the bottle, this is what the founder said. She said that the bottle, she was inspired by spring's first daffodil. So this is definitely a spring scent, and I just love the inspiration and just the entire philosophy behind this fragrance. So this is from the brand owner herself. She said that Sweet is inspired by the E.E. Cummings poem In Time of Daffodils. Though the poem was published in 1958, the spirit of the poem is still so powerfully relevant today, which is that daffodils who know the goal of living is to grow. All Ellis Brooklyn fragrances are bred. Okay, so they're cruelty free. They're cruelty free, and these are, I think, vegan. These are vegan fragrances, which I never thought. I didn't know that there was such thing as non-vegan fragrances. So apparently it's a vegan scent, but that's the one thing that I feel is very closely tied with a lot of fragrances. It's just the story, the philosophy, the inspiration behind the scent, because truly fragrances inspire a moment, and this particular fragrance, Sweet, definitely just encapsulates you, and it definitely just reels you in, but in such a beautiful and delicate way. As the title suggests, that this fragrance is very sweet, but it isn't that like sickly sweet to like where it's like way too much sugar, like way too much marshmallow, it's like unbearable. It's a beautiful balance of the amber and the marshmallow and the pear, and it's just a beautiful, nice balance that just, it's like you're getting like a nice warm hug in the springtime. And we actually put this on our brand's Instagram page as one of the KOSHKA's FLORA scent of the day, because we truly loved it. And also Ellis Brooklyn posted it on their story as well, which was so sweet of them to do. And this particular fragrance is just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Like I said, it isn't that overly sick, like sweet, that just, it smells too much like cupcakes and pancakes and ice cream. This smells like a beautiful type of sweet. I mean, I can smell it now, and oh my god, it's gorgeous. And the wear time in this isn't as long as in more stronger scents, so this is a really delicate and soft and juicy scent, I guess you could say, but it does last quite a while. I wore it, I think I wore it on Saturday. I took it to the mall. I went to the mall, I went shopping, and throughout the day, even like with my face shield on, like I could still smell it. So there's definitely some power to the scent, but obviously not as powerful as other fragrances, like, let's say, Frederic Maal's Portrait of a Lady, which, oh my god, you spray that thing and it just enraptures the room with 400 roses. And it is it's not for the faint of heart. This one is for the faint of heart, and it does have like that strong punch to it, but it isn't going to be too overpowering. It isn't going to make you get a headache. It isn't going to make you get sick and tired of it. On the contrary, when you smell this, you're gonna want more. And I know for a fact that right now retail stores are very weird and they're very odd, especially with samples, but at Sephora, if you do go to Sephora, they do have this fragrance, and if they do have the Ellis Brooklyn line at your local Sephora, you can ask them to spray it on like a piece of paper. You can like pull your face mask down and you'll be able to smell it. So if you do want to smell this without having to purchase it, you can most definitely do that at your local Sephora store if they do have it. But oh my god, you just have to try this fragrance out. I just truly recommend it to anyone who loves a nice, sweet, floral blend of notes in a fragrance. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is going to last a significant amount of time. I wouldn't say it lasts as long as the entire day. Like I don't think it'll last the entire day. From when I put it on to when I stopped smelling it, it was like around a good 5 to 4 hours. So it definitely lasts an average of however long you spend outside. And that is another thing that has just been very difficult during these times, is that obviously we're all covering our faces when we go out in public, so it makes it very difficult for people to smell. You know, you can like buy a nice fragrance, put it on, and it's a little bit more difficult for people to smell it because they obviously have their noses and their mouths covered. But trust me, this one gets in the mask. This one gets in the mask, and you like, my mom was wearing a face mask, and she was wearing it, and I had this fragrance and she could still smell it through her face mask, and she has one of those like the classic masks, and she was able to smell it. So this definitely seeps through the face mask, and people will notice that you smell really nice when you have this fragrance. I would 100% recommend it, like I said, for anyone who loves a blend of sweet and floral in a fragrance. It is very playful. It's quite youthful as well, I will say that. So you definitely feel like a child at heart when you wear this fragrance, and it definitely is just something unique. For me personally, there's just something unique about it. I mean, for as long as I've lived, I've been very used to either sweet scents or floral scents, but this just merges everything I've ever known for fragrances into one beautifully, delicately made fragrance, and it is just an experience to smell this. And I'm going to be talking a lot about the Ellis Brooklyn fragrance house a lot in this channel as they create more and more fragrance reviews, and I am very excited. I think they're a very promising brand. I think they have potential to create just some of the most unique fragrances out there, and I am very excited to be doing fragrance reviews. I generally love perfumes and scents and fragrances. I love it. It's a part of me. It's a part of me. It's similar to makeup and skincare and fashion and music. They're all a part of me. Fragrance is another thing that is a part of my heart, and I am so excited to continue to do more fragrance reviews. I definitely have a lot more fragrance reviews that I want to do, and I hope you guys enjoy them, and I hope you guys stick around for them. And if you enjoyed this fragrance review, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts and opinions. If you have tried out the Ellis Brooklyn Suite, let me know what you think about it. If you want to try it out, let me know as well. And as well, subscribe, because the bigs and pins themselves help us out. We also have released face masks and crossbody bags on my clothing brand KOSHKA by Emis the cat. It is the second link in the description if you want to get yourself a face mask or a crossbody bag. The face mask, for every purchase of a face mask, $1 goes to No Kid Hungry, so it definitely goes to a worthy cause. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you